Superficially, it's an XJ6 with a 12-cylinder engine. The changes they've made in the suspension to cope with a slightly heavier power unit. It's not very much heavier because that old XJ6 engine with its cast iron cylinder block weighed a great deal, so they've been able to make a big V12 without altering it very much. It feels to me softer than the original XJ6 I drove, and it sponges about a bit more, but that's possibly because we're driving it at Brands Hatch, where, as the French say, the surface is not famous. Going round corners, these wonderful new big tires which hold you on the road do tend to squeal. We're going round Druids now at no more than 30, and I'm already making enough noise to make the average policeman in East Cheam think I was misbehaving myself. But the advantage is, well, there's too much power almost. It's so effortless. It simply floats along. You can put it into second gear in the automatic box, which gives you a certain amount of engine braking. And I could drive round this circuit as fast as I'm able to do so without ever getting out of the second gear. There's a tremendous amount of acceleration. The engine is very quiet until you get up over 455. The red line, incidentally, is at 6.5. Right up at the top end, it begins to sound like a very fine engine doing some work. And this emphasizes to me, in many ways, the Jekyll and Hyde qualities of this car. I think we're all going to try and assess it as a sports car and say, well, with the power steering and a slightly soft front, it doesn't handle this way or that. I don't think it was meant to. It's a great luxurious saloon. If you want to take it to Europe, you can belt down the motorway at, I suppose, about 130 miles an hour on a clear day, which will get you to the casino at Monte Carlo some hours before your friends in more normal transport. It's going to cost you a fortune to run it. It's about 12 miles to the gallon. The tires, I don't know, but they're going to be well over 50 quid for a set of tires. Indeed, this brings Jaguar into the same class as Rolls-Royce. If you want to know what it costs to run this thing, you can't afford it. It's changed the image a little. I won't say it wasn't value for money. It's obviously that. But it's now, well, a very expensive car for very expensive people, and one of the most magnificent touring saloons that's ever been built. Jaguar, long a name to conjure with and still a Piccadilly showstopper. But however desirable the car may be, even now the strike is over. No one is going to get one for many months, and some are going to wait years. Envy on the face of the man in the street is nothing new to this manufacturer. All the same, the new V12 is going to cost him at least £3,725. But Jaguar devotees are queuing up already. Why do they want more than the XJ6?
Well, I think it's just that little bit better on performance and a little bit quieter, and otherwise extremely similar.
You don't mind the obvious penalty in costs of petrol and things?
Well, the cost of petrol is something which is, remains to be seen, I think, how serious that'll be. I'm told by the people at Henley's here that, in fact, the car will go rather further to the gallon than the press reports have indicated.
Most models today approach 100 miles an hour on motorways, or a potential of 100 miles an hour on motorways. And it's becoming extremely difficult to overtake, even with a 4.2 engine. This doesn't necessarily give the verve and the immediate response from the engine that one really needs to be safe in today's road traffic conditions. I think the larger engine will in fact give us this.
You don't mind waiting what's obviously going to be a very long time?
Well, I don't mind waiting, no, because I've got, as I say, an XJ6 now, which is in very good shape. In fact, it's only a year and a half old. And I hope to get possession of the 12 by, say, the spring of next year, when my car will be 2 years old, and that'll be suit me very well.
Are you prepared to face a very long wait for your new car?
Well, I hope the wait isn't too long, but yes, I am, rather than buy a foreign car, no matter what.
You don't think there's any advantage to be had in buying, say, a Fiat, Mercedes, BMW, or something comparable, which you could probably have tomorrow?
Frankly, I've never seriously considered it. I think I'd far sooner keep a Briton employed than a German or an Italian or a Frenchman. No, I wouldn't buy a foreign car under any circumstances.
One thing is in no doubt about the new XJ12, and that's the loyalty of the existing Jaguar owners. They will wait any amount of time to get the one they've ordered, if necessary. They will pay anything for it. If we can believe anything, our test car yesterday pulled in for some petrol, and somebody came up and offered us £6,000 for it while we stood there. They're perfectly willing to believe that it'll go much further on a gallon of petrol than it actually will, and generally they're happy. And mind you, they have a right to be, because it's obviously a magnificent car. It's the only production four-door saloon with a 12-cylinder engine anywhere in the world, and everything about it lives up to Jaguar's highest reputation. Engineering-wise, it's fine. Sales-wise, obviously, in beautiful downtown Burbank, you can get more dollars for 12 cylinders than you can for 6. But here in England, for people who aren't dedicated Jaguar owners, where do you go if you want one and you can't have one? Well, there are several foreign cars. You could get a BMW, you could get a Mercedes, you could get a Fiat. All of those are readily available. They compare very favorably with it in terms of luxury, but they totally lack its performance. You could have a huge American car, which might well get fairly near its performance, but which would totally lack its luxury. When you really get down to it, the best, if not the only real competitor to the XJ12 is that well-known model sitting just on the other side of the showroom here, the XJ6. And this is where the problem begins and leaves me remembering something Shakespeare said in King John, which seems not entirely unrelated to the situation. Therefore, to be possessed with double pomp, to guard a title that was rich before, to gild refined gold, to paint the lily, to throw perfume on a violet, to smooth the ice, or add another hue unto the rainbow, or with taper light, to seek the beauteous sun of heaven to garnish, is wasteful and ridiculous excess.